use just the leaves. Don't use the stalks. Clean it. Wash it in a bowl. Wash it well. Because there's a lot of dirt on basil. Make sure that each leaf is, nice. You don't want bad stuff in your pesto. So anyway, the recipe is really simple. Later I'm going to show you how to make pasta with onions, tomatoes, and pesto. That's going to be really good. But for now, you toast your pine nuts on low. Toast your pine nuts. Any nuts you use in any recipe, always toast them. They'll taste better, unless for whatever reason you want them cold. And while you're cleaning the basil and while you're washing it, put the pasta on. As you can see, I did that already. It's boiling. And put a lot of salt, because Italian cooking, you don't really put that much salt in the finished product. You put a lot of salt in the water, so the pasta is really salty. And plus you put Parmesan cheese afterwards. So we're going to start the pesto. Come here. Alright, let's check. Use like 3 cloves of garlic. Just drop it in there. Just like that. Cut it up fine. Just like that. And we're going to wait for our pine nuts to start. We want all that natural oil to come out. It's been about 2, 3, 4 minutes, and come here. See, I toasted the pine nuts really well. It's going to give the pesto a really nice flavor. So, we're done with the garlic. Turn it back on, and don't burn yourself on the hot pan. So take a spoon, and just 1 spoonful at a time. Just throw it in. You want this to be crushed as well as possible. There you go. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at it. Come here. See, all the garlic and all the pine nuts are fine right now. This is going to be great. Put half your leaves. They could be a little wet. It's okay. I'll make it more moist and juicy. Just put half. And you gotta do this by eye. Just pulse it. And we'll see what it... Just like that. Very simple. Don't over pulse it. You want a nice, authentic pesto that's full of flavor, but it's not like a liquid. So put the rest. I love pesto. It smells so good. Okay. Let's put a little black pepper. A little salt. Just like that. Close it. And get a bottle of olive oil, extra virgin. Make sure it's really good olive oil. So, turn it back on. Pour it in. You also have to close this. And depending on what you want, you can make this into a dressing, or you can make this into a topping, whatever you like. It's all up to you. I think this is fine. Come here. Let's look at it. You see? It's still kind of rustic. Tastes great. And at this point I would just add some Parmesan, like a cup of Parmesan. So that's a handful of pine nuts, 3 cloves of garlic, 1 big bunch of basil, and that's it. That's pesto. Welcome back to Leon's Cooking Show. I'm going to put in the pasta now. You want this to be al dente. because we're gonna also cook it in the pan a little bit. Take about half, depending on how many people you're feeding. Put it in. Spread it out. That should be fine. That's approximately half. Just like that. Mix it. You could cook this on high. You don't need to lower the heat. This is fine. Just make sure it's not sticking to each other. If your pasta is always sticking to itself, just add a little oil. That's going to take about 8-9 minutes. So we're going to start on our vegetables. Turn it on. Medium high. Put some olive oil or canola, whatever you prefer. Wait till it's hot. And we're going to use tomatoes. Tomatoes go really well with pesto, and basil and tomatoes generally is a good pairing. So, but you could use red pepper or whatever you want. Cut this towards the end because it's very juicy. You don't want it to lose its juice or get brown. So always pre-cut your onions or garlic, whatever you need. It's not ready yet. By the time your pasta is done, this will be ready. Okay, our oil is hot. Add it. A little salt. Mix it well. If you don't know how to sauce, just use a wooden spoon and just move it around. Just like that. Make sure all your onions separate. You don't want to get a big piece of. It's up to you how much you caramelize your onions. I like to caramelize them halfway before they're golden. I like crunchy onions. Some people hate onions. You could not use any onions, or you could cook it really well until they're brown. Mix your pasta. You don't want your pasta to be sticking to itself. I put extra oil in the pan because this is going to include the pasta and the sauce and everything, so don't be cheap on the oil. It's, if you use a local extra oil like canola or something like that, it's going to be okay. It's pretty healthy.